All right, let's get to the running backs here for Keep It Open or Close It Out. Nick Chubb, Lawrence, he's averaging 7.7 points per game since returning. The good news is in Week 8, the volume was back to what we expect for Nick Chubb. He got 16 carries. He was targeted twice. But the production, and let's be fair, the Ravens have the best run defense in all of football, was not what you're hoping for just yet.
Yeah, and it's crazy, right? Because he had the most rushing yards against the Ravens that any running back has had this season. What you do, like you spoke about his volume, Connor, his first game back, he only played 36% of the snaps. That bumped up to 61. So you can expect that to almost go up another, at least close to 20%, get him in there around 80%. He hasn't looked like himself yet, and the Chargers defense is tough, but the offense will move better now that they have Jameis Winston at quarterback, so that will create more opportunities for him. Then you look at this Chargers defense the past 2 weeks. Kamara was just running back 13 against this Chargers defense. Not great, but that's pretty solid. James Conner the week before that was running back 15, so there's going to be a little bit room for him, so I'm keeping it open on Nick Chubb today.
Yeah, me as well. I think two of the things with Chubb that were concerns beyond just the context of his offense were that, was he going to get workload earlier? Was he going to be like 8 to 10 carries the first 2 weeks? No, he's getting the carries, like 16 carries. Yeah. He got 10 carries in the first half in his return game as well against the Bengals. And then the other thing, Connor, is that the Browns' offensive line isn't what it was a couple of years ago when Chubb was, top, maybe the best running back in the sport. But it is healthier now. They got Wyatt Teller back, and you've still got Conklin, Bitonio, Postage. These guys probably aren't playing at the level of their names, what that would indicate, but at least they're out there now and they're getting healthier. So this O-line shouldn't be the mess that it was the first month of the season.
I'm with you guys. I'm buying back in on Nick Chubb. I'm keeping this one open for sure. Jameis Winston was 8 of 13 on play action with a 126.1 quarterback rating. That play action game is eventually going to actually bounce back and open up the run. This is not Deshaun Watson's Browns anymore, where you could sell out and load the box with the way Jameis played. That's going to help out Nick Chubb in the future. You might just have to be a little patient. Javonte Williams, he's got that Ravens run defense, Jay. This has just been a gauntlet for any running back in fantasy that runs into them. The Ravens literally have the best run defense in football, the worst pass defense on football. They are peak pass funnel. How is that going to impact Javonte?
Not well. Not well, I would have thought. I think Javonte has to close it out. I know he's gotten really good volume and he's produced the past couple of weeks, but just against this Ravens run defense, the fact that the Broncos are 9-point underdogs against the Ravens, and I suspect that this is, for better or worse, kind of a terrifying thing with Halloween around the corner. This is going to be a Bo Nix game through the air, and that doesn't bode particularly well, but I don't think that they're going to be able to lean heavily on the run. I think we're going to be seeing a lot of Jaleel McLaughlin.
Yeah, and from how I'm looking at it, right, you saw what the Browns were 7.5-point underdogs to the Ravens, so this is pretty similar. I don't think this game is going to be that close. So you're going to see a little more throwing in that aspect, and that means Javonte Williams will be off of the field even more. Look, no running back has run for more than 55 yards this season against the Ravens. There's been one running back this season that has a carry over 15 yards against the Ravens, and it was 16 yards. That was Bucky Irvin. So it is extremely tough to run on this team. As bad as their defense is overall because of the back end, you just can't run against these guys. And when you put that together with the fact that Williams he didn't do good last week either, I'm closing it out.
Closing it out, Javonte Williams, brutal matchup.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.